Chasms shed light, shadows bleed tight. Yeah. Mountains peak, crease, mirror crack deep, with illusions of the between over oblivion, where holograms creep. Crevice in the angle of a street block, asphalt split inside the narrow crack, a root encysted greenery. Leaning 1 degree against the sky, the sun mispronounced itself as the ink dried. My art became the lights, shadow lines between the vacant lines. I stand where neither east nor west is sworn. No star declares the covenant of morn. The firmament in sable majesty receives breath as though it were unborn. What is this void that widens in the chest? Throne unoccupied, a crypt at rest. Perhaps the silence is not the enemy, but God unveils a midnight manifesto. Ooh, was a pilgrim crowned with borrowed flame, who drank from dawn and sanctified its name. Yet twilight, austere and wasn't of the spheres, recalls the fire and leaves us without claim. And still within the sepulchre of frost, vows are broken, diadems are lost. There glows a query that will not be undone, spark that questions what the dark is caused. If
all is ash and all returns to dust,
if fate is
but the geometry of rust,
why does December whisper through the grave?
burn myself,
Because I must.
Y si después de esto nadie vuelve a escribir tu nombre con la lentitud sagrada con que yo lo escribía, como si cada letra fuera una oración que temía despertar al destino.
Gazing the sky, I mumble, what if? When constellations pale and ink runs thin, no other hand inscribes your name with reverend in. So slow as though each syllable's was sacrament, an ornament of breath where trembling vows begin. When fresher pages lack the ardor I once gave, not warm with the reasons my faithful pulses clivey. Will you, amid the rhetoric of gilded art, seek my epistles, phantoms even no counterfeit could brave? For I wrote not in language merely heard or read, but in the metaphysic hush where souls are wed. Every letter was a sense of human with the unseen, every comma an eclipse where pride laid down its head. And if the sentences though florid fail to prove the alchemy of ache transfigured into life, perhaps you'll trace my script between the vacant lines. A palimpsest the heart remembers far above the universe, the galaxy, all parade in one line. Alone know well what later fate I dwell, what quill in midnight patience dip to sign my alphabet, where darker currents tore fragile vellum where my will had slipped, and with that same ink distilled from silent ache, trace new arches through fallen dome, and from the ribs that agony will break, I raise the shattered sanctuary cage. There are fierce storms no ruin can complete, they do not crush, they consecrate the stone. Thunder is the hammer's tempered beat, lightning shapes the strength not yet none's own. Scar remains an etched in sacred text, the script of fire the flesh cannot rescind. Wound recalls the hour I stood perplexed and named it on a live nib. What only disciplined, every pulse defiant, unconfessed repeats an echo of silence cannot erase. Heart becomes a bliss, unblessed, still a chance within its hollowed space. This is no tale that fragile tongues recite, it is the echo after being undone. The heart that walked through sacrificial night and learned to burn, surviving like the sun. Storm carved etiquette walls. Some days I move in circles, lost in air, tracing wounds that
time cannot repair.
Grief is no arrow speeding toward an end. It turns, returns, and finds me standing there. It does not walk a single lucid line, but loops through memory's uncharted spine. Spiral etched in unseen geometry, past and present ache in one design. Some parts of me
Quiet, never whole,
tempered fracture in the mortal
soul.
Thus circles teach what straight road can't. We learn its rhythm,
Shoulder it with grace, call that burden living.
as we move, spinning.